everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's been over a month, believe it or not, since my battery went dead on my GoPro, and I did a couple of videos with my telephone. And I'll tell you, I give those guys a lot of credit that can do videos with their telephone. And I watch a guy from Saskatchewan, I think he's called Straight Pipe Acres, and I think he does all his videos on the telephone, and he does a really good job. Check him out sometime. Anyway, it's Sunday morning. It is about, I thought it was near 10 o'clock. I just got a call. Kim's doing a Tim Hortons run. I said pass. Anyway, we started combining. We had to fuel up this morning, and we had to move about 5 or 6 miles. I got here and got combined, and by the time I got my head on and got going, it was about 8:15. The wind blew. I think the wind blew all night last night. The beans are actually as dry as they were last night when we quit. So we're hoping for a big day today. We've got our helpers home from university, and I just wanted to say how great it is for these grandchildren to go to university. I had 3 of my children go to university at Guelph, and I wasn't smart enough to go there. I just went to Ridgetown, but I think they get a very good education there. Plus, they make a lot of contacts, and they make friends for life. And a good example of that is my oldest boy, Craig. He made a friend for life. He married a girl from Chatsworth, Kim, and he would never have met her if he didn't go to university. That's for darn sure. And with any luck, the tradition will continue. I don't know. So what we have here today, we've got Cameron in the grain buggy. I'll get a shot at him when we're unloading. Wesley is running the S770, and I think Cody, that's Cody that just picked up a set heading to town. I think that's him. Don't know, never see him. And I don't know, there might be some more people hauling wagons, I don't know. Anyway, this farm is really stony, and I think I just heard a stone go in the stone trap, I hope. I emptied the stone trap this morning, and it'll be interesting when we get this farm done. We'll have to empty the stone trap again. This is the stoniest farm we have, and we have picked these rocks more times, and so has generations before us. But they just keep coming up. Get a new crop every year. There, that just told me the grain tank's 3/4 full. This thing has more buzzers and whistles, and this is nothing. The 770's got more whistles. It's out of my pay scale. It's got too many monitors and stuff in it for me. I like this old 660. I get along a little bit better with it. I got a new flag, but I haven't put it out. Combine was out in a couple of rains, and my flag got washed, so I didn't think it was too bad. They do take a beating. I got a new one under the seat here. If that one gets ripped, I'll put a new flag up, no problem. This is that new grain cart we got for wheat harvest. It's a Brent. Jared was telling me that Brent Unverfirth is the fellow that builds these carts. He builds 2 brands. He builds Brents and Unverfirths. Anyway, we had a cart before that was about, I think it was about 600 bushels. This one's 1,000. And it's a game changer. You never get it full. That other one, it was always full, and you were always having to jockey around to get your grain tank empty. And sometimes with wet corn, you wouldn't get it empty, and it's really hard on the combine if you have to shut the auger off when it's full of wet corn and then have to restart it after he dumps. So this has really been a good deal. The only thing, it's red, but anyway, we bought it from our local international dealer, Trevor, and like I said on a previous video, I don't know how he talked Jared into a red cart, but he did. But if you know Trevor, he can probably sell ice to an Eskimo. Anyway, they just brought another set of wagons, and they're gone with a full set. I don't know how many. I think we got 2, maybe 3 guys hauling wagons today. As we get farther from the plant, it just takes more help. And since Cameron's home from university, we got the grain buggy going, and that means we never stop. Up until now, we've been unloading at the headlands. We had a good day yesterday. We combined 150 acres in on two different roads. I think Jared planted close to 150 acres of wheat, and we got a bunch of fertilizer spread. I think Greg and Cameron were doing that, and Kelly was RTS, and we like to RTS ahead of the wheat. It breaks the straw up and it kind of aerates the soil a little bit and gets it to dry a little bit, because believe it or not, it is a little bit damp. And that's about it. Unloaded a few beans at the plant and in Rutherford. Well, it's about 4:45 in the afternoon, and I just looked at the last video we put up, and I see Janice commented, wondered what 14.5 meant. And there's a lot of terms in agriculture that I guess every farmer knows, and maybe we haven't explained those well enough. 14.5, that's the moisture of the bean, and to be dry enough to ship for export, they got to be 14 and under. And now, of course, they will dry a little bit with air, but you know, if they're 16 or something, that's just out of the question. You know, 14.5 or whatever. Plus, you know, get the odd load at 12 and 13, and it brings those 14.5s down. But 14 is the magic number. Now, with crusher beans, the magic number is 13. For some, it used to be 14 years and years ago, but for some reason, about 25 years ago, the crusher decided, hey, we want 13% beans. Anyway, that's the story there. Corn is 15.5, is straight for corn. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon almost, about 4:45. And I'm on the 3rd farm of the day. I never got the GoPro out much. At the 2nd farm, we had to change a bunch of knives on the cutter bar, because that 1st farm we did had a lot of stones, and it always breaks a few knife sections and guards. There's guards on there that the knife strikes against. Anyway, that's what's going on now. I maybe explained, that thing makes a lot of noise. I explained this on a previous video, but this is what they call a draper head. And what it has, instead of a belt to bring the grain to the middle, it has or instead of an auger, it has a belt. I'm sorry. I'm watching this and not thinking what I'm saying. Anyway, this belt works really good. Really feeds even, as you can see. It works. And the other thing it does, it makes it so at the end of the day you can go about an hour longer, as long as you can thrash them. An auger used to wind, the beans would wind up on the auger. You wouldn't be able to put them in the machine. But with this thing, they just feed so nice. Most of the combines, well, not most, a lot of the combines today have draper heads. They are a little pricey. That's only because the machinery company feels they can charge that much, not that they're worth that much. Man, I wish you'd shut up. Anyway, the other thing that happened last night, I should have got it on video and I didn't. There's a lot of deer running right now. The bow season, I guess, is on. So there's bow hunters in the bushes. And the deer are just running it. And in the evening, just when the sun goes down, it's an odd time you wouldn't see a deer. Last night I saw 3 in the field that I was in. And all they're doing, I don't know, they're just changing locations, I don't know. That's a lot of jaw jacking today. Another thing we do that a lot of people don't, we cut our beans on an angle. We feel that you knock fewer beans down with the side of the head if you cut on an angle. Now some people will plant on an angle and cut straight. We don't. We prefer to, we like to plant straight and then cut on an angle. Now if you look real close here, there's rows on an angle and there's rows straight. That's because we replanted this field. And the ones on the angle are the replant beans, and the straight rows, like you see here, those are the first time beans. But it's a good thing that we decided to replant because there's a lot of beans on an angle. Some farms more than others. These are a new variety called NA2000s from a company called New Age. They're really good. They stand good. They combine really easy. And there's a nice little premium on them. Another thing we did today, at about 2:30 I moved to this farm. There's only 35 acres, and one concession over we've got about 120 acres or so. And so Jared went over there, and this is only it's a 50-acre farm, but there's 15 acres of bush, so it's only 35 acres. Not worth bringing 2 combines over for. So I've been here pounding away by myself. No grain buggy, just me and all my friends. Now usually when I'm doing anything on the farm, I have a hawk that follows me around. Now, whether it's the same one or not, I don't know. I saw it yesterday. It almost got a rabbit, but the rabbit got away. It did get a few mice. I don't know where they come from. If there's a mouse in the field, all of a sudden there'll be a hawk swoop down and get it. That's just some of the things you see. Anywho, I'll bring you back when I get over back with Wesley, if he's still there. The boys in Sydney are going back to university tonight, I hear. So we're going to be back to Jared and I guess, running combines. Been awful nice having them home this weekend. We've knocked off quite a few beans. And there, my tank's almost full. Yeah, it's the next day. I just thought I would kind of close this video off and show you what we do in the mornings to get ready to combine. First thing that I do is I get a tank of fuel. We have a slip tank on this trailer. I used to carry the tank in the pickup, but found that First of all, it wasn't big enough, and it's always nice not to have to carry that fuel around in the truck all the time. So I had this old trailer that I wasn't using for much, and we dedicated it for fuel, and then we can keep the depth and keep a little bit of hydraulic oil and whatnot in there. And so I just hook on it in the morning, fill it up, and then go to the combine. And I'll bring you back when we get to the combines and show you what we do there. Yeah, I'm out in the field. We're just changing varieties, so one of the things has to be done, and Jared's doing it. We get in the tank, blow all the beans out of the tank with a leaf blower. I got fuel going in. Frank's over there on the other combine. He oils the chains, does a grease job, checks all the knives and guards and everything every morning, and we blow out all the filters. Carry an air compressor in the back of the pickup and a generator. Need the generator now to run the fuel barrel. And new this year, something new we added this year for Frank is this service truck. Jared spotted this, and they ended up buying it on an auction, and I thought it was alright. The graphics were perfect. Anyway, that's kind of our morning routine, to go over everything, and hopefully we don't have to stop the rest of the day. Anyway, that's gonna about there. I guess Ethan's hauling wagons. That's gonna about do it for this video, and thank you for watching. If you got a comment, I love comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.